Welcome back everybody, it's me, Garmanda92, and we are back today with MotoGP 22. I hope you like the video. If you do, please hit that thumbs up button and leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, my content if you haven't subscribed already. And if you do subscribe, thank you so much for subscribing and supporting me, my channel and my videos. And don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any of them as they drop onto YouTube. So yeah, we're back. Round 4 of our Premier Class season coming up now for our MotoGP career mode. We are still on board the Monster Energy Yamaha MotoGP bike, of course, the bike that we wanted to be on at the start of us playing this game. So our season and our career has gone quite well. So far, first, second and a first. Termas de Rio Honda probably being the first track we've gone to on this bike where it felt very fluid. I don't know how well we're going to be around here or Portimao, but we've got Jerez and Le Mans and Mugello afterwards, which are some of our better tracks. So with a bit of luck, we can get a decent result out of those two races as well. So yeah, we head to Austin first, where it is going to be wet for free practice, which is going to be interesting. Okay, it's going to be wet for free practice and then dry for qualifying and dry for the race. So we're not actually going to have any qualifying or not any dry time in qualifying, and then jump straight into it during the race. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, wasn't ready for that. We're going to get wet sessions though. Hopefully we don't get many wet races, but we're going to get wet sessions.
We are coming to you
I would have said with traction control it's going to be slightly easier than it was with the Moto 2 machine. So first thing I'm going to do is we'll check our development tests. So we've got tyre test. We can't really do much about tyres with the each compound. I think you've only got 2 compounds. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll try that. We've got mapping management, so we can do that one with the power. I think it's going to be a bit difficult. But, track study, 70%. We're going to stick that one on. We've got to get through to Q2, get 3 consecutive laps under 2 minutes 14.1, and achieve the best race sector for Sector 2. So, first thing I'm going to change is I'm going to equip that brake, because it reckons we should equip that brake. So we're going to go with what our team reckon here. ECU, I'm going to knock that down to 4. Obviously traction control normally we have it at 3, but I'm going to put it at 4. Power mapping, going to stick to 2 to start with, just to see how we get on with that one. Just going to have a quick look at tyres. Yeah, so you've got soft compound and a medium compound, and it's reckoning we should go out on the softs for now. So I'm going to get out on the softs and put a couple of laps in, see how these bikes fare in the wet. Hopefully it's okay, but we shall see, of course. Yeah, I'll catch up with everybody once we are looking to finish our free practice sessions and head into our qualifying session, which is hopefully going to be Q2. We shall see after free practice. Okay, so now we skipped FP3
Let's take a look at the combined standings of the first 3
tried
practice
in
sessions.
FP2 so hard to get a quick lap. The quickest lap we could get was a 2:12.5. Now granted, these are our first wet sessions on board the MotoGP machine, and at that point we were about 6 tenths, 4 tenths off, so not too bad. But yeah, that was with a drying line, shall we say. So unfortunately that does mean we are out of Q2 and we have to go through Q1. But the fact that it's cloudy might mean that we're in a little bit of a better position to get through to Q2. So obviously we've got to be one of the 2 quickest riders. This is our first time going through Q2. As you can see, most of the Yamahas are down here. The only other Yamaha to get through was Fabio, of course. So yeah, we've got a lot of obviously dry tyres. So we're going to stick on a couple of softs here. Stick on our favoured. Oh, I see it reckons. I'm going to go for that just because that's the one we normally use. Settings are as is, pretty much. Yeah, so let's whack full laps of fuel on here and jump straight in. Development tests, not great. Not great development tests at all. We're not going to get much development points from this weekend, but yeah, damage limitation really. Q1. Let's hopefully we can get through to Q2.
There's movement in the pits.
Let's
let's
post our quickest lap in Q1. Hopefully it's enough to be top 2. We can get straight through. Okay, so here we go. At the moment we are failing miserably for this weekend. Struggling to get anything to work for us here. So 204.6 is the quickest lap time so far of the weekend. Technically, it is of the weekend because this is the first dry session of the weekend, so 204.6 is what we need to aim for. Slow through there, we can make some time up there. This is a much nicer track in the dry. 0.4 still up, or down on time, technically. Horrible corner, and that's why we get it stopped, stand it up, punch it forward, and that messes us up with that line as well. That's probably the 0.4 of a second gone. We're still up. Drag it out wide. Right on the exit out of that corner as well. We crossed the line. 204.1, 5 seconds quicker. 5 seconds. Half a second quicker than Brad Binder at the moment, and I don't see many red sectors coming in. Looks a lot of orange, some greys in there. I don't think we're going to get quicker than that this lap, so hopefully that's the lap that's going to see us through to Q2 here, and we do have some improvement that we can make on that lap. That wasn't the cleanest lap, so yeah, we might have a shot in Q2 here in the dry. Could be quite good considering how our weekend's been so far in the wet. Okay, so we've made it through to Q1, which is good. We are joined by Jack Miller. Sorry, we've made it through from Q1, should I say, to Q2. Similar conditions, which is good for us. So we are joined by Jack Miller, of course. Like I said, we are going to stick a fresh set of soft tyres in and go out on track. Now we know we can do better than that lap that we put in, which was a 203 something. So we know we can do better than that. That wasn't the cleanest lap, so hopefully we can get a clean lap in here. And yeah, look to be on the front row, which is obviously the qualifications objectives after a horrid weekend so far in free practice, which has been in the wet. So let's try it. Okay, we have 4 minutes left of this session. Now we have made some mistakes in this qualifying session, haven't been able to get a decent lap in. 203.5 is the quickest lap so far. Done by our teammate, of course, good old Fabio. Let's see what we can do here. We know we can do better than the lap we set in the first qualifying session. For us, it's just a case of putting that lap together. At the moment, we're quicker. Thought it was going to go wide there. Going to go wide here, though. Less line. Right, don't bin it, we dropped it there. Keep it. That wasn't the best set today. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if we lost a bit of time through there. Get it stopped, get it stopped, get it stopped. Do get it stopped. We're following Jack Miller here. Not a bad target to have. And it's working. We are quicker than Fabio at the moment. Final corner time. Out of the final corner and across the line at 2:03.1. Is that going to be pole position? I reckon that could be pole position. That is a very decent lap. We are much better in the dry here than we are in the wet. That is for certain. I don't see many sectors coming in that are red. So we could be within a chance of pole position here. Okay, so we have got pole position. Now,
to riders starting order on
that,
the grid
I
tomorrow.
think that is genuinely down to Q1 because that gave us a couple, 3 laps I think I did in Q1. That gave me 3 laps
We're live from
on the dry circuit that we hadn't done.
These
So we managed
coming
that.
to us live from the
That
grid.
2:03.1, which I didn't think we were going to
Carrying out
get
final
anywhere
checks on the
near
bike
that
before
sort of
the
lap
start.
time. So
The
development
sun's shining,
tests,
but the temperatures
not
are
great.
low today. Many riders
But,
have braved a soft
yeah,
rear tyre.
that is what it
Given
is.
the layout
Medium
of the
fronts.
track,
I'm
they've
going to go
opted
with
for a hard front.
Oh, not a hard rear. What sort of rear tyre does it? It reckons you should do a soft rear. Wow. Okay, that's different. I mean, in all fairness, the track is cold. I'm going to go with a medium compound tyre, though. I think. But then is that going to be too slippery? We're going to chance it. We're going to chance it here. We're going to go medium front, soft rear, you know, and just hope that it works out for us. We're just going to have to spin it up less. That's the objective. Nice and easy to say. So here we go then. Let's hope mistakes aren't going to be the downfall for this Grand Prix after a decent qualifying session. We have got quite a few softs in there. Then Fabio going for a hard. But the consensus across the field seems to be a medium and a soft. So that's a positive, I suppose. Yeah, and then Alex Marquez picking up the last position there. So yeah, medium and soft seems to be the tyre that most have used.
The race officials
So
give
here
the
we go
okay.
then.
Riders have
Let's
their
start
eyes
this
fixed firmly
Austin
on the
Grand
light.
Prix.
Just a few more seconds,
Hopefully get a
and the
decent
Grand Prix
start.
of the Americas is gone.
Clutches in, rev is up. As soon as those lights go out, we're going to go for this Grand Prix. Here we are then. Down into turn 1. No idea where to brake for turn 1. We managed to work that out. Switching it back down to power map in 2 as we come into this section. Now I don't think we are going to have race pace here at all. Oh, what is that? That's going to be the other thing. We are going to make a few too many mistakes in this Grand Prix, I think. Oh, what was that? That felt really weird. Right there. Yeah, I thought so. Trying to get on the grass a little early. Switching the power back in 3 as we come down this straight now. We've got 0.6 fuel, so we're going to try and use a little bit of it. Turn it off just as we come into the braking area. Very tentative braking area, I have to say. Very easy to get it all a little bit out of shape. the moment with a 1.5 second gap. There is something wrong with the AI in this game. There's no way you can be that close in qualifying and at the start of a Grand Prix get a lead of a 1.4 second gap. But they will bring that down, that's the thing. They will close in. In the last sort of 2 laps, they seem to do the quickest laps at the end of the Grand Prix rather than at the start of the Grand Prix. We don't necessarily get too slow. They just have a very slow start and then a quicker end, but not massively quicker than we were. Acceleration on a little bit more for that corner. Didn't get the front wheel lifted off the floor through there like we did in the first lap. Not a bad line through there. 2.6 is the gap now. This is lap 2 of 5. Think we're going to be anywhere near this sort of pace. Just remembered one pound up in 2. Need to go on pound up in 2, should I say. We're running pound up in 3 there. Corner, around the double right hander now, and try and hang it out wide a little bit, try and get onto the acceleration, nice and early through there. Oh, careful on those steps. Power up in 3 then, down the finish straight, 3.3 for the lap. At 203.4, now I bet that doesn't stand as the quickest lap. I don't think it's actually going to show me. That would have been interesting then to see if that stood as the quickest lap of the race. At 203.4. This is lap 3, with 3 laps left. Oh, a bit wide. Got that bit wrong. I did say mistakes would be the issue. Oh, that's a mistake. Lap in 3. That's going to bring them towards me a little bit. Yeah. Gained about 7/10 of a second there. Running wide. With 2 corners wrong, you can lose nearly a second. That just goes to prove that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just doing what a lot of riders did in the actual Grand Prix. Miguel Oliveira has crashed, I think that was. Not a very good lap, this one. 2:05.4. That is horrendous. That is an awful lap. Let's not have another lap like that, eh? That's not going to do us any favour. Whole Espargaro is now crashed. Not very good line. That is a very wide line through there as well. I think I'm track limit warning for that one. I'm surprised we haven't had any more track limit warnings for going wide in a couple of corners, but not what I've been playing. As I go wide again, and pick up a track limits warning. Not too soon. Sound like a free down here then. Cars are looking good. We've got 2 more laps left. We've got 2.8 seconds to Pecco Bagnaia. At the moment, I don't really want to push this. I'm not too bothered if Pecco Bagnaia catches up with us here. There's an Air Bastianini who's currently my championship rival for the first 3-4 rounds here. Isn't within the top 8, so we are going to gain some decent points. Brad Binder has crashed. Yeah, we're going to gain some decent points on an Air Bastianini here. That's why. I'll break myself through there, didn't I? 2051, not brilliant, but not too bad with damage limitation here. I don't think the AIA can respond to that either. It would appear. I thought if they were going to, they would have caught up a lot more by now, which I think is so strange. So strange. Qualifying, free practice, especially nowhere to be seen. To a point where we had to go through Q1. We went through Q1, posted a decent lap, not a best lap, a decent lap. In Q1, knew that we could do better, saved it for Q2, managed to get pole position, and are somehow 2.7 seconds in front of Pecco Bagnaia in a race. We'll come into the tricky corner, taking that very easily. Oh. John Mir, Maverick Vignale, and Air Bastianini was there. And Air Bastianini has crashed. Fabio Quartararo now sitting in 3rd. Franco Morbidelli sitting in 6th. This is looking rather good for Yamaha here. We've got 1 Ducati, the top 3 and 2 Yamahas. This is going to be good for the team, good for the Constructors' Championship. As well as our own, of course, with a very comfortable, which is weird, American Grand Prix win. Very strange, very strange. Really don't understand the AI in this game.
Comes to a close with the end of the MotoGP
lap times.
Let's have a look at the
brilliant,
race results.
Amazing. They're so quick. Somehow you get to the race, and especially this race, nothing. I mean, we managed a similar lap time to what we did in qualifying. And then, granted, we steadied at about 1:04 apart from that one lap. That was horrendous lap. Taka Nakagami at 2:02.8, but ironically it was taken away from him. And there it must have been the same with Andrea, because he managed a 2:02.9. 2:03.8, 2:03.4 from Alicia Spargo. Is there anyone that didn't finish? 3 DNFs. Fabio Di Antonio didn't even get a lap in. Ouch. All the KTMs. Every KTM right at the back of the grid. Ouch. That's gotta hurt. However, that does mean we are 31 points clear now in the championship, so that's good for us. Our team is 71 points clear in the championship, and Yamaha are 14 points clear in the Constructors' Championship.
We're
At
back
the
on
moment,
Ferme with the
we're
winning
on target for a
car.
triple
Picking up
crown.
again.
That'll be pretty cool. Triple crown will be pretty cool. So, reputation 37,200. Some credits there. We won't look at the development tests because they didn't go to plan at all. So we do have a frame upgrade to initiate. So we are going to go for tyre consumption, please. Set that up. So we've got 8 weeks for engine, 6 weeks for tyres, 11 for aero, and 4 for electronics. Let's just skip one more weekend. We have a contract management. We have one new candidate, Olivia Jones, who's better at negotiating contracts. Should we sign her up? She's got 10 years of management experience of professional drivers and specialises in negotiating contracts for bonuses and salary rates. Let's sign her up, I reckon. She's also British, so that's pretty cool. Yes, please, we shall sign you. You are not down on anything and you are up on contracts. So there we go. Let's just have a look. We have no candidates for this, no candidates for that. Okay, so there we are. Portimao. Bit of a weird weekend, that one. In the rain, not so great. In the dry, somehow really good. Qualifying being pretty close. Point 2, I think we were on Q1 to get through Q2, and then point 3 to gain pole position against Fabio Quartararo, and then somehow in the race pulled away and stayed away pretty much. So yeah, bit of a strange one. But I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you enjoyed the racing. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button and leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and my content if you haven't subscribed already. And if you do subscribe, thank you so much for subscribing and supporting me, my channel and my videos. And don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any of them as I drop onto YouTube, and I shall see you all in the next video.
We'll be right back.